Okay, now let's just talk about this article coming from the Mirror, and the article is by a Stephen Beach, and the date the 14th of May 2021. Maggots and worms could be on lunch menus one day for humans to avoid starvation. Maggots and worms may be what our grandchildren call dinner if they are to avoid starvation, suggests a new study. No, you need to use critical thinking. You need to connect the dots and ask questions. What happened to traditional farming? What happened to our land? What happened to our seed? What is going to happen so bad that our grandchildren, that your grandchildren will be eating worms, will be eating flies, right? Now, Cambridge University researchers say that maggots, mealworms, flies, seaweed and algae are among future food that must be mass farmed to combat malnutrition, right? So they are encouraging you to farm maggots, mealworms and flies. What about traditional farming? What about our melons, our vegetables? What about those? Why are you putting out research that is stating to combat malnutrition people must eat maggots, flies, seaweed and algae? What is going to happen to traditional farming? Let's continue. The researchers claim that reservation about eating new food such as insects could be overcome by using them as ingredients rather than eating them whole. They say current menu staples such as burgers, pasta and energy bars can all contain ground insect larvae and processed micro and macroalgae. Their new report calls for radical change to safeguard our food supply and combat malnutrition in the face of climate change, environmental degradation and epidemics. Now we're getting somewhere. So because of climate change, your children should be farming, right? Maggots, mealworms, flies to prevent malnutrition. Now I find this so ironic that years ago Western media would love to showcase the flies surrounding Africans are on their mouth because they are starving. They love to show those flies to the world, right? Now those are the same flies that they are expecting people in Europe to eat now, right? Ain't that funny? Now this is straight up demonic. This is straight up fallen angels. And what they are doing is they are playing a clever game of humiliating you guys, and you don't even see it, right? So they come up with this climate change situation because you need to protect the climate. You need to eat mealworms, maggots and flies. You can't even make this thing up anymore, right? And it's something that you all gonna buy into, right? Eating maggots, flies, mealworm, algae. What happened to traditional farming? What is going to happen so bad that you cannot farm food, right? And I don't want to hear this whole thing about climate change. People use critical thinking and connect the dots. This is straight up fallen angels, and you need to understand this world is run by Luciferian. This world is run by wicked, cruel entities, right? The world has been handed over to the wicked, and they will do just about every and anything to humiliate you and come up with a justifiable excuse, right? We are not alone, and we were never alone. Understand what is about to happen. Judgment is coming to man, and they are knocking you back into the Stone Age, right? They are stripping you of your humanity, telling you that you should eat flies, right? Mealworms, maggots, right? That is humiliating, right? But if they can get you to hand over your bodies with ease, without question, I guess they can get you to be eating maggots, mealworms and flies. No, we need to seek the face of the Most High while we can, because we're living in wicked times. So it's not enough that we're facing a pandemic. Parts of the world is going to be experiencing blackout, nuclear war. So they want you now to be eating maggots and mealworms and flies. Oh my God, you can't make this thing up. Right? No, seek the face of the Most High. That's all I can tell you, people, because you're going to need him. because they are stripping you of your humanity. They are humiliating you, right? Let us pray and say, glory be to the Most High.